Hello, welcome back to another episode of Setting the Atmosphere, the podcast with Hippie Girl TK. I am the host girl, Hippie Girl TK. I'm Takira, I am Sangoma, I am TK, I'm so many different things. Depends on who is talking to me. Today is February 17th, and today is such a big day in my field of work, in my field of being. Everybody who operates on a frequency level knows exactly what I'm talking about. And this is not just people that are spiritual, these are people that are religious. However you feel and connect to the divine, you feel the intensity of this day, no matter what you believe in and how you believe in it, because it affects so many different groups and diverse backgrounds of people this particular day, February 17th, 2026. So first and foremost, I'm going to do some knowledge, I'm going to do some facts, I'm going to pull everyone in together, you know what I'm saying, the collective, and just bringing a little bit of knowledge and awareness of everything that's happening today. And then I'm going to pull some cards to really bring it on in, really help resonate with the collective, with the people that are watching, with the people that are engaging with me. So again, I just want to thank you for being here. I'm super excited about this episode. Very excited to share the knowledge of what this day is. Coincidentally, not so much so falling on the same day. So it is Black History Month. Let's just throw that out there. Let's just keep that out there for everyone that is indigenous in their blackness, and everyone that is proud to be a Black American, Solon, just from the United States. And I've talked about this before, and I talk about this and I reiterate this on my journey a lot, that while I'm very thankful and I could not be who I am and even healing how I've healed and teaching what I teach without honoring the ancestors from so many different backgrounds of my lineage, you know what I'm saying? The ones that are deeply rooted in Africa, the ones that are rooted in Trinidad and Tobago, the ones that are rooted in South America as well as North America, and then specifically from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, the South. I was born here in the United States of America, they call it. I'm native to the Americas. I call it, I'm Black American, I'm Solon. My roots are from here, you know what I'm saying, from the Deep South. So I don't try to be so exotic or so fascinating in other countries that I don't really know anything about in this body, in other bodies I might have, in other timelines I might have, but in this body I know about being here. I know about my experience here, and I'm learning through ancestral veneration about my experiences in other places and other lives that I've lived, and the lineage and the blood that runs through my actual body. I love learning about that stuff. It helps me in this body, but I'm having a human experience still just in this body, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud to be from Sarasota, Florida. I'm proud to rep 941. I'm proud to rep 32nd and 34th and Osprey and Goodrich. Like, I'm proud of that. I don't be trying to be from nowhere else except from where I'm from. So it's Black History Month. We have our own history in Sarasota, Florida. We have our own history in Florida. We have our own history on a global level when it comes to civil rights movements and things that our ancestors and our grandparents had to go through, even our parents, and things that we are going through. We are, rewriting history and going through our own, what will be called history, to the lineages behind us. So it's like very proud to be a Black person. Does it supersede a month? Yeah, because I'm proud of that shit every day. But specifically this month, during this time, during these astronomical changes, during a month that has so many areas that scream freedom, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I just wanted to start with Black History Month and who we are as a people, that we are investors, we are inventors, we are root workers, we are in corporate America, we are judges, we are city officials, we are writers, we are poets, we are stylists, we are fashionistas, we are chefs, we are so layered when it comes to a Black people. And I know since the beginning of time we have been overshadowed in so many spaces, but I'm here to encourage you to keep making room for yourself and keep making rooms for your gift and your creativity that was God given, that was divinely placed inside of you before you came out of your mother's womb, that you are this thing that you are feeling right now in your body, and you have certain gifts and powers within you with your own right to exercise those things and exercise who you are and express who you are on a soul level, because that's why we are all here. So I love doing that in a melanated body. I love being in my God body. I love being a daughter of the sun. You understand what I'm saying? I love exuding my melanin and my aroma and how I just show up in the world unapologetically, not trying to be nothing else but Takira from Sarasota, but on a higher level, if you know what I'm saying. So happy Black History Month. Honor to the ancestors that have got us thus far in our American history, and then on a global level as well. It's also Lunar New Year. You could call it Chinese New Year. Some people call it that, but so many different areas of the world and of Asian descent mainly celebrates the Lunar New Year, because the Lunar New Year is a calendar system based off the moon, based off of its phases. It marks an in-between space. It marks this coming into abundance, what we call spring equinox, right? So during the Lunar New Year is big celebration. And I know you guys have been seeing all over social media that we're coming into the year of the fire horse. I've been talking about this shedding, this wood snake that we just came out of, because today marks the day that the year of the fire horse, has begun. The fire horse, we will break that down. But the Lunar New Year is based off the cycles of the moon. So this is Happy New Year's to all those who celebrate the Lunar New Year. And I celebrate everything. That's just what type of being I am. I celebrate it all. Okay, wherever it resonates in my heart, I'm celebrating everything, because it does. I really connect with the moon heavily. Have since I've been practicing full time, and even before that, been very intrigued with the moon and its phases, because it supports the life cycles. It supports menstrual cycles. It supports divine flow, ebb and flow, waves, oceans, sea, like it supports all of that. So why wouldn't I? I feel like that is a natural law, that is a natural order within its own right. So Happy New Year. During this time, culturally, people of Asian descent are having a good time. It is festive. It is full of food and laughter and honor of the ancestors, honor of the elders. One of the colors that stands out for the Lunar New Year is red, and we're coming into the year of the fire horse, so that says a lot when it comes to our root chakra and how that aligns within our body and in our nervous system. But more importantly, red is symbolic during the Lunar New Year of abundance and growth. Some of the elders and the grandparents will get red envelopes filled with money, filled with blessings, filled with luck, to the lineages that are coming up. And people bake things for each other. There's a lot of potlucking and food swapping. Culturally, it's very native, and it could entail costumes and drums and masks and dragons and lanterns. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of light that is happening during these celebrations of the new year, much like we do here on New Year's, January 1st, or New Year's Eve, I'm sorry. And even during spring equinox, for me, I love celebrating another new year. So I celebrate like 3 of them, honestly. Because I'm going to do a spring equinox, I'm going to do it on the lunar new year, the lunar year, and I'm going to also do it, you know what I'm saying, January 1st. That's just how we're doing it. So a lot of abundance connected to that, a lot of blessings and a lot of good luck energy. Another thing that we are celebrating today is the new moon. I don't know how many times I've said the word new. Clock that, like new, manifesto, revisiting, revamping energy, and it's in the sign of Aquarius, and we are in the age of Aquarius. And a big common theme that stands out for people that have Aquarius in their birth chart is freedom and liberation. So with this new moon, that's also a solar eclipse in Aquarius as well happening today. I've already named 3 different events. 4. Black History Month, the Lunar New Year, the new moon, and the solar eclipse. All happening as I speak. I've never recorded day of and post day of, but I gotta get this out here because there are some messages that are intertwined with all of these events, and I'm not even done. There's a couple more to go. We are also kicking off the eclipse season. So we got this new moon happening and this solar eclipse happening in the sign of Aquarius, which has also kicked off eclipse season, because we have 4 eclipses in 2026. They typically, based on my research, run 6 months apart, but these ones, starting off with the one today, are literally back to back for eclipse season. And eclipse season is very dual, very much balanced. We're talking the sun and the moon and the earth as well, and them crossing at different paths, giving us foreshadow or shadow here on earth, which is what, some parts of the world will be able to experience. So the moon moves between the earth and the sun, and it's bringing a shadow of darkness at some point. Solar eclipse themes, Solon. You understand, my people? So even the word solar and sun is where we get our power and where we charge up, could speak of that fire energy, the year of the fire horse. You understand what I'm saying? This is a 2026 with numerology. That's a 1 year. So this is already talking about a restart of a timeline. And with this fire energy, with this fire horse energy, lets me know that this is a year of great strength in so many ways, connecting the animal totem, the horse, to strength, to obedience, to strengthening, to wellness, to grooming, to being able to endure and go through some different things. When you think about horses, and you think about even people that train with horses, like equestrians or people that do horseback riding, it speaks of skill. It speaks of muscle and just, kind of staying with it. Speaks of practice, if you will. So this fire horse energy is not a chaotic energy. We're not operating out of the space of rage, but we're operating out of the space of strength and standing up for the things that we should have stood up for, and knowing when to be observant and knowing when to be skillful, and not just being very flowy during this time, but being very strategic and obedient during this time. So with this solar eclipse also powering by sun, by light, that fire energy, like this is a very intense time. And you could have been feeling intense, or the intensity, or you can't sleep, or you just feel like you have all of this energy, or you're feeling like you have so much to say, or your dreams are getting bigger and bigger, or they're getting closer and closer. This is the year for that. This is the year for those abundant truths. This is the year of prosperity and growth, because we're starting from scratch with 2026, number one. New moon representing renewal. New moon representing rebirth. Removal of old and stuck energy. That's what a lot of these events have to do with, okay? The other events that are coming in are Mardi Gras, which is today. Today's Tuesday. They call it Fat Tuesday in New Orleans. And it's the day before Lent. Okay, Lent is tomorrow. That's Ash Wednesday. And Mardi Gras has roots in Christianity. It was like the day before Lent, which was a day to, zone in on your intimacy with God, through fasting, through prayer, through deep meditation, through putting the body under and kind of going within, having this introspect. The day before, they used to party. They used to be like, this is our last hoorah, like we are literally lit. So it was like a celebration of life. It was a celebration of vitality. It was kind of like your last time before you're in this deep reflection. It was like, okay, go, because when you come over to Tuesday, got a club going up on a Tuesday, because Wednesday, Lent, Ash Wednesday, we got to hone in and zone in. We got to hone in and zone in on everything that we are trying to manifest here in this spring season. We are trying to get the answered prayers. We are trying to obtain the blessings and the dreams and the goals. So we are already knowing that it's going to take some, again, intense solidarity and going within and actually being still and listening to your body. So before that, let's celebrate what's come thus far, good and bad. Again, duality, taking the good with the bad, and getting ready to go into that second gear, getting ready for that recharge, come tomorrow. That's Mardi Gras. Then we got Ramadan. Ramadan, Muslim culture. They do some heavy obedient practices that brings them closer to God, because what all of this is remnants of is fasting, prayer, going within deep reflection, community, because Aquarius, the tones that come with that is also like outreach, community outreach. Like, how can I heal myself so I can help heal others? Soul tribe, alignment with the right people that you're supposed to be around, the right support that you're supposed to be around. So during this time of like Ramadan, as well as what Mardi Gras represented, as well as the Lunar New Year, is coming together, a family coming together to honor what was before us, honoring steps that were ordered, honoring spaces. And this is also the time that we're in Islam, that they are celebrating the marking point of the first verses of the Quran that came through Prophet Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Those first verses, those foundations. Again, the color red, your root chakra, which is at the root of your spine. Root, talking about ancestry, roots. Think about the roots of a tree. Think about what your placenta looks like. Things that germinate up underneath. The shadows, the within, the foundation, your financial security, your emotional security, where you live, where you want to live, where can you afford to live? Because Aquarians, also, Aqua, also represents who you are and who you're becoming, where you're going, what are we doing? well, what are we doing? Right now, if you feel real resistant to being tied up in something or being tied to something and you want this release, you want this detachment, it's because we got a new moon and a solar eclipse in Aquarius, which screams freedom, which screams liberation. That's why a lot of people now too are speaking up against these social and political and racial issues that are going on in the world more than ever. People are speaking out about some crazy things. I see people on my social media every day, which were regular content creators, but now they're talking about real harsh topics. They're talking about women's rights. We're speaking out about our experiences now, and we're taking and finding comfort in self because we live in a system of patriarchy and how that hasn't been safe for us. So we're clinging on to what is safe, which is us for women. You understand what I'm saying? And even men that are speaking on the behalf of patriarchy and things like rape, because I don't think I can say it on YouTube, and different assaults and abuse that women go through, that Black women go through, things that are social injustices like ICE and different things of that nature, things that happen to our Native American people that were here in the Americas, and how our people fought side by side to just stay where we were at, just live where we were first. You know what I'm saying? And so there's so many things that people are challenging. More truths are coming out, things that we're able to hide within religion and organized spaces and organized social groups and things are now being made. Light is going through its own eclipse. So there's definitely a shift that is happening in the realm of freedom for so many different people, so many different backgrounds, and I'm glad it's all happening. Also, because I'm a short-haired baddie, I couldn't help but notice that a lot of women, especially in my city too, are going through their big chop. They're cutting their hair, and I honestly love that too. I was talking about it in my group chat, how I feel like it's an act of freedom as well, because our hair is our tentacles, our antennas, and sometimes you're in a space of shedding to where you want to cut off your hair if you've been feeling led to, and that style and that look works for you. You're not crazy, you're not going through a phase, you're going through a freedom right now. There's a lot of freedom energy being poured into the world right now, so I can understand that as well. Okay. That's all the background I have. If you want further knowledge and further research on these different days, please feel free to go ahead and do it at your own risk and resonate with what resonates with you. You know what I'm saying? But I will say collectively, this is a time of purification. This is a time of community. Oh, because it's Random Acts of Kindness Day too. I don't know, but the divine God, however you see him, Allah, is saying something when it comes to the frequency in this earth and what needs to happen. It is the kindness, it is the love, it is the fasting, it is the praying, it is the wellness, it's the meditation, it's sitting still to hear. All of these things have the same frequency. Also with liberation, live your life, be yourself, go through discovery, go through adventure, honor your ancestors. Don't be afraid to honor the people that are related to you. Just because they're not here in this earth plane anymore doesn't mean they're not related to you anymore. It's okay to do that. Don't feel condemned in that space. Now is the time to exalt ourselves, and we can only do that by exalting the people that come before us that help us get to where we are. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards to support all the information, all the knowledge that I just energetically shared with you guys. Please feel free to drop me any questions in the comments or anything like that. I'll be happy to answer them, okay? All right. So I've already shuffled these cards. I've already prayed over the space. We just thank you in advance for the divine, for the spirit guides, angels, and ancestors that would like to come through with a message for this very, very action-packed day of liberation, of freedom, of releasing, of reinventing. We just say thank you. We block this space from any low vibrations, any negativity, any disruption. We seal this space and protection. 11 came out here with new day. You could be seeing 11:11 on the clock. And I love how it has the sun up there. We already talked about this solar eclipse that has happening, but we're also seeing a dragonfly on here, which could also be a butterfly, but representing for me what's coming up, what I'm hearing is a metamorphosis, going through these different phases, going through this shift, going through this new beginning, going through this rebirth. We got new day coming out here. Somebody could be born in November, could be a Scorpio. The number 7 came out with the reunion of souls. Could be so for someone. I'm a life path 7, so this card definitely speaks to me. Reunion of souls. If you've been seeing a lot of crows, a lot of ravens, a lot of blackbirds, this is talking to you. But this is saying like a coming back to yourself. Not necessarily a reunion and a relationship or a friendship, but a reunion of soul to self. Your soul purpose. What you're supposed to be doing. How you're supposed to be creating. Who you're supposed to be with. The level of life you're supposed to be experiencing is what this card is talking about. And if you've been seeing a lot of those birds, in which I have every single day for like the last 7 days, thank you for that confirmation outside. I have my window open, of course, but that is what this is talking about. But this is also talking to someone that recently ran back into someone, okay? Or someone has been reaching out or something trying to definitely rekindle. I don't know if that situation is good or bad, but reunion of souls is coming out here for sure. Yeah. And on that card too, we got a bird that was sitting on a branch, sitting in comfortability, and this bird from the bottom looked as if it is flying up to that bird. So this is also speaking to that situation. This person's gonna have to come up to your level this time. This person is gonna have to meet you where you are this time and not the other way around. Hope that helps somebody. Hope that resonates. Perception. Yin yang energy, of course, is yin yang energy, connecting us to this lunar new year, okay, in our Asian cultures. But this is speaking of balance, like I was talking about earlier. This is supporting that balance energy and also challenging us to look at our perception and where is that rooted in our decision making when it comes to our friends, families, job, and what we're calling in. Our perception is going to be challenged. Our perception most certainly has to change when it comes to abundance, when it comes to what we want to call in, when it comes to what we want to release. You know what I'm saying? Because if your perception of money is in poverty, then you won't know how to make any money. No matter what type of job you have, no matter what you do for a living, you're always going to just be spinning, because your level of money, your level of thinking about money is in a low vibration or a poverty spirit that needs to be healed, that needs to be worked on. You need to call in financial literacy. You might have to do a little bit of reading. We might have to get an accountant. We might have to print out those basic statements. We might have to change our perception when it comes to abundance, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to growth, so we can attain it and then so we can keep it. I hope that's helping somebody. Damn show hit me. Damn show hit me. Thank you, Source. What other messages do you have? It's on the clock. It just was 222, so it's 223 right now. Yeah. That says wants you back. I don't know how I feel about that. This could be so though, because we just came out of Valentine's Day weekend, and that was an interesting day within itself. I did a couple of rituals because the day before that was Friday the 13th. So it's like there's been so many back-to-back things that have been going on in my world as to like want you back. It's definitely coming out here. This is a job. This is a person. This is a job and a person. For some of you, this is a job. For some of you, this is a person. For all of us, somebody is like, damn. Valentine's Day like really reminded them of the level of love that only operates in you. That thing that they need, that void that they're trying to feel, is only in you, but that doesn't mean you have to go back. That just means like it was a once in a lifetime experience. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes we could feel like we want that back, or we know how we've imprinted on a person and how personable things got and how addicting things could be, but that doesn't mean that there's healthy foundation. That doesn't mean that there's healthy root. It could be rooted in other things that don't necessarily serve y'all, but that also doesn't mean somebody wants us back. That's all I'm gonna say. So what other cards you got coming out here on this special day, February 17th? Somebody always partying came out here. Okay, this could be your sign to sit down. This could be your sign to sit down, take a breather, have that last hoorah, have that last Mardi Gras, because you're spending lots of money and time really doing stuff that don't serve you. And that's not to say you have to be a party pooper, but find joy in other things other than partying, other than going out and being around loads of people and drinking and smoking and doing all the things that we like to do naturally. Again, and all of, yeah, we love that. But this is like, again, all of this speaks of reinvention. All of this speaks of renewing the spirit, cleansing the soul, going through a purification, going through a fire horse, going through that fire of energy of being burning it out. I'm hearing burnt out. Some of us might be burnt out from partying. We spending our weekends partying, so it's like we're not getting the charge up and the rest up that we need maybe Friday to Sunday to endure the week, to prepare and endure what's to come. We gotta sit down for a little bit. We gotta pull back from the alcohol. We gotta fast from something. This is for everybody. We gotta fast from something during this time. We know what our vices are. We gotta fast from it. We gotta purify. We have to cleanse. We need to ground, for sure. I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. This is supporting that liberation. We can party when we're fully restored and liberated. When we come out of what we're going through. So what other messages do you got? Thank you. We got Sekhmet out here. She's been coming up on my timeline on Facebook. And my sister goes by High Priestess Sekhmet. And it's coming out here with the color red again with the wounded healer. And that's what a lot of us have been operating in, being the wounded healer, especially us women, because there's been a lot of spaces lately where we have to stand up on behalf of other women because we don't have men to support that right now. So we end up going through these spaces, even with the opposite sex, where we're healing them. We are restoring them. We are housing them. We are letting them host our bodies, letting them enter into our bodies, knowing that they're wounded, knowing that they're bleeding all over the place, knowing that they're spiraling out of control. And we just have been inhabiting that. We've been nursing that. We've been coddling that. This time today screams of freedom to let that go. And go get into the story of Sekhmet and her significance. But she basically, she was on a rage tangent. She was just going because the people wasn't listening to her father, which was Ra, the sun god. There's that sun again. There's that solar again. There's that fire energy again. There's that red energy. Also, this could be significant to a Leo, right? So he basically had to turn the Nile River into some wine or blood because she was out for blood. She was hungry. She was thirsty. She was fucking shit up. She was like, y'all not listening. I'm tired of y'all. She was crashing out, right? So he basically turned the Nile River into blood to make her drunk so she could fall asleep and stop fucking shit up because she was so mad, okay? So some of us has gotten to that point to where we're letting the trauma that happened to us make us so angry that we'll just destroy everything. everything. Knowing we need something, we just destroying everything because we're letting those wounds, we're letting that trauma get the best of us. So speaking from another wounded healer to another, make sure that you are taking time to heal yourself. Make sure you are taking time for yourself. Make sure you are not just bloodthirsty with vengeance and to make people understand on even a lower frequency than what they're serving you. Always give high frequency. Always give high frequency. Never stoop down to nobody's level. There's a way that we can operate in the highest frequency that will benefit us when not going down there where they at. If there's a will, there's a way, there's a route. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you'll never catch me down there with the rest of y'all. You'll never catch me trying to have a speech and debate with people that ain't meant to understand me. You'll never see me around people that I know don't like me. You'll never see me just settling for a relationship for the sake of just having somebody. That's what this speaks to, because when you're a wounded healer operating in the opposite way, you begin to take on bullshit that wasn't assigned to you. You end up staying too long with friends and partners, jobs, because you're just so used to attaching yourself on a blood level, on a womb level, okay? Those trauma bonds, okay? So that's the card that came out here. I also have affirmation deck, and in the in celebration of Random Acts of Kindness Day, I have some cards that have random acts of kindness. This will be card 1. This is card 2 and card 3. So pick 1, 2, or 3, whatever resonates with you. And I will read out loud what your random act of kindness should be this week or going forward, or just whenever you can get to it. So if you pick this card, this random act of kindness says, give flowers to a random person in the street. I love flowers. If somebody gave me flowers in the street, y'all, I would be fucking crying, honestly. I'd be like, bro, because I buy myself flowers. I haven't gotten flowers in a long time. I think the last time I got flowers was to one of my old jobs that I worked at. And I got flowers for someone I've never seen. We've communicated through social media. He always supports all of my stuff. And he was like, I'm sending you flowers. And I was like, bet. So yeah, but I love flowers. If you pick card number 2, it says, tell a manager and about an employee that gave you great customer service. So as you're out in the world, customer service has gone to shit. So I literally try to, when I experience good customer service, either affirm it to that person or you can go to their manager. But tell a manager about a person that you interact with at an established that gave you great customer service, because that shit is like non-existent these days. So make sure you do that. And if you pick this card, it says, bring a cake or box of donuts to work or school. So those are your 3 random acts of kindness. Feel free to do all 3 of them if you're led. And then I also have an affirmation for you guys in the same flow of the random acts of kindness card. I'm going to pick 3 affirmations, and then you're going to pick whatever message for you, challenging your intuition, challenging your psyche. This is card 1, card 2, and card 3, okay? Pick which card resonates with you. It could be all of them, or it could be 1, 2, or 3. I'll read number 1. It says, today I'm respectful. Today I will acknowledge other people's thoughts and feelings as well as my own. It's coming out here with a lot of blue around it. So that's talking about our throat chakra as well as our intuition. And using discernment to hear people out in certain spaces, and also using discernment to speak up in certain spaces and respecting it coming from both ways. These are people, places, or things that are very argumentative or very toxic. Hear other people's point of view. The second card was, today I choose. Today I will only surround myself with people who support me. Again, that's coming out here with that theme of community, of connectedness, of blessing others, paying it forward. That's this energy that it's talking about if you picked affirmation number 2. And the last one, which I love the most, and we'll take this how it resonates as a collective. It says, today I'm at peace. Today I'm at at peace with all that has happened, all that is happening, and all that will happen with that pink lover girl energy. Okay, so again, today is a beautiful, beautiful day of magic, of spirituality, of wholeness, of community, of togetherness, and also honorship of the ones that were before us, our ancestors. So I really hope that you take advantage of the day and do what spirit guides you to do what feels natural, do what you're led to do when it comes to honoring something about this day, February 17th. Yeah, there's a lot in store that's coming up. I have 2 meditations coming up, following these astronomical events, and one of them is going to be in March, honoring the spring equinox. The other one will be in April, kind of resonating with sensuality and fertility, as Easter is approaching us, so, and resurrection. And so I'm really excited about those 2 things that we have coming up here. I'm very excited to share this knowledge with you and share with you energetically what is to come and what we all have the potential to harness during this time. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I'm sending you shadow. I'm sending you intuition. I'm sending you also going within. I'm sending you flow. I'm sending you fire horse energy and abundance, as well as prosperity. And I hope this resonated with you. If it didn't, that is fine as well. I appreciate you guys for always supporting me and listening to me speak when I do speak, engaging with me through social media. If you guys wish to book any one-on-one sessions, you know where to find me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Threads, I'm on Instagram with 3 different pages, as well as TikTok. Yes, I was like, there's something else I'm on. Yes, TikTok. So you can find me if you want to book something. Again, I hope you have an amazing day. And last but not least, the frequency of 17 is an 8. So we're talking cycles, we're talking things in infinite possibilities, and we're also talking about a lot of shedding when it comes to the number 8, as well as a lot of abundance and a little pocket change. Okay, sending you guys so much love. Thank you again for being here. I'll see you next time.